NBA Finals. We've been waiting a week for them to get started, and tonight we finally do tip off in Boston, game number 1. We'll start things off with Jalen Brown. Of course, the Celtics, this core group, were in the finals a couple of years ago when they lost to the Golden State Warriors. They're back here again. They've been the favorites all year. They've had the best record in the NBA. They need to finish the job. That's what Jalen Brown says, too.
I think this is a special group. I really do. The core group of it has been here for a few years now. We've been able to go through the experiences of, having success but not having success at the same time. So I think that, to solidify it, the ultimate goal is to get over the hump and win. I think that'll add a lot to our legacy. But as of right now, that story is still kind of untold.
I think they're the best team that doesn't have the best player. Okay, so the best player is Luka Doncic in this series. Whether that comes to fruition or not is yet to be seen, but there's no disputing, there's no arguing. This guy has led the entire NBA playoffs of every single player, every single team, all of them, in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. This guy is the best player in the world right now, and he's better than the Joker as well. I know everyone wants to just keep giving the Serbian all these awards for his mantle. Meanwhile, the guy could care less. He'd rather be at the spa at the Belmont Stakes than at the NBA Finals, to be honest with you. But this guy, Luka, he's a different breed. He's not going to no horse race. My man plays basketball. That's all he does is ball. He's the best player. So the Celtics are the better team. They should win the championship. But there's one guy that can change all of that. And then he's got a little sidekick, Batman and Robin. He's got Kyrie Irving, who's also unguardable.
No doubt about that. They have the best player, that's for sure. Let's hear from Joe Mazzulla here. I thought this was funny, and you sent me this one too. The finals, talking about the stage being a little bit brighter now that they have been here at this final stage. Mazzulla says, all of these playoff rounds are the same, Scotty. It doesn't matter. You've got to go out and win. It doesn't make a difference if the lights are brighter or not.
How do you stay in the moment? How is that different from the regular season? How do you get the guys to kind of stay in the moment and treat everything the same way?
Yeah, unless they change the light bulbs in the arenas, they won't be any brighter than they were in the last series. And it's just sticking to the details and the
from
things
Hoosiers,
that matter.
the
And
movie,
the truth of the matter is, if you don't box out, if you don't sprint back in transition, if you don't pass the ball in a 2-on-1, if you don't take away the other team's tendencies, if you don't know who you're guarding, if you don't recognize the person, if you don't talk, if you don't play hard, you're not going to win. It's
I was going to say
focusing on the most simple things and the truth of the matter is you have to do those things. You got to do them at a high level. And, obviously the stakes are higher, but that just means that the details are more important.
Listen, I hope this isn't really him. I hope that this is like something that he just does when he's talking to the media, because let me tell you, if he's like that at parties,
he's a stiff.
That's just a tough scene. He is a major stiff, that guy. He's got no personality whatsoever.
None.
I hope he's not like that around the team, like on the plane or in practice. He's just like, all right, this is what we're going to do. They're not changing the light bulbs. We're going to win a basketball game.
I'm worried about his wife. If that's what you're coming home to, is seeing that guy coming through the door with that personality, I'd rather, marry a dog. Honestly, because this guy is an absolute, he's like a garage door. I've said it before. His personality is nil. Do you think he'll drink some champagne and smile if they win the championship? Because, he is, what a horrible, he's so grim. He's the Grim Reaper. We may have to start calling him the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper Mazzulla. God, that would be so. I don't want to see the Celtic win. I'm obviously on the Mavericks here. I want the Mavericks to win. But I'm interested, like you said, if they ever won, would this guy actually crack a smile, if that's even possible? Before I play you Kyrie Irving, of course, for the 900th time this week, talking about going back, something having to do with going back to Boston, how about we hear from Jrue Holiday, who's going to have the assignment, probably, Scotty, of trying to lock down Kyrie Irving during this series. Well, what do we have to do, Jrue?
I'm sure there'll be plenty of possessions where you're locked up one-on-one against Kyrie Irving. What's that challenge like? What can you do to try to nullify, thwart, stop, whatever it is, Kyrie?
Pray. Yeah. That's it. Pray. He's right. It ain't easy. It ain't easy trying to guard him, Scotty.
He's as good as it gets defensively on the perimeter. So if anyone has a shot at giving him problems and grief, it would be Holiday. I think if it were Smart, it would be a lot of flopping and a lot of drama and some technicals to go with it and a lot of arguing because Smart he's an actor more than he is, in my opinion, talented. I think he's a really tough guy that is one of the greatest actors I've ever seen in the NBA at flopping and getting calls and arguing calls and getting his way somewhere down the road in the game. But when it comes to pure perimeter defense, there's no discussion. Holiday is better than Smart 10 times till Sunday. Not 6, 10 times.
No doubt about that. Here is Kyrie Irving. Of course, we've heard him a bunch of times this week. He's talked about kind of like what we've heard for the last few months, Scotty, saying all the right things. It's unfortunate things didn't work out there. I could have handled myself better there in the playoffs when I was with Brooklyn. Lots of things like that. Here he is on dealing with the Boston crowd.
I've experienced Boston in twofold. My first few years being in the NBA playing for the Cavs, then coming here to Boston, then being right down the street in Brooklyn, and then now being here in the finals playing against them in a potential 4 to 7 game series. You just got to breathe through it. To all my youngins out there that are dealing with some of the crowd reactions and what they're saying to you, you have to breathe and realize that this is not as hostile as you think it is. Don't overthink it, and been able to work through that and understand that some of that is anxiety, some of that is nervousness, and it could all be turned into a strength. There's no fear out here, man. It's basketball. The fans are going to say what they're going to say. I appreciate them and their relationship they have to the game, but it's about the players at the end of the day.
It's simple. No one can stop him, so what does he give a rat's ass what the crowd's yelling at him? He's going to go off whether they're screaming and yelling obscenities or not. All right, Carver High, what's Luka saying heading into tonight's game at the Garden?
Of course, Luka and Kyrie being together here has been a great match for the Dallas Mavericks. Luka very excited heading into his first NBA Finals and excited to have Kyrie by his side.
I mean, his leadership is amazing. The way he connects us. I think me and Kai are the leaders of this team. But he's the one that's been in the finals. He's the one that won the finals. So he's the one that is really leading it, and he's keeping us all together and motivated.
Listen, there's no arguing any of that. It's real simple. This guy performs at a level like we haven't seen in a long time. Total domination, taking over games like, Michael Jordan. Honestly, LeBron James. And I do not believe, frankly, and I know he's the greatest scorer ever. That's because he's played 20 years. And he's such a phenomenal player, LeBron, and incredible. I always told you for years he'd break every record known to man. I still think Luka Doncic is a better offensive player than him. What that guy can do with a basketball, LeBron doesn't even do. LeBron has dominated the basketball world for 20 years because of his size and strength and his athleticism and ability to stay healthy, right? He is he's such a physical specimen, takes such great care of his body in the offseason. No one can stop him. Meanwhile, this guy's a fat slob who eats donuts and pizza and drinks beer. And same thing with Joker, the Serbian. He's a fat, slow, can't even run. But no one can stop either one of them because they've got mad offensive skills. This guy, Luka, to me, he's oh my God, watching this guy play. Now remember, he was literally in the beginning of the playoffs crying like he was injured. And his body, his shoulder, his knee, his feet. Oh, how am I ever going to make it? But he never once came out. He just kept scoring and scoring and scoring and rebounding and passing and stealing. Oh, my body. Oh, I'm never going to. He's so full of Shaq. It's not even funny. He's just a fat slob that no one can stop. And now all of a sudden we're in the finals and he's healthy and fine. What's his excuse going to be if he loses? He'll go back to saying, I've been so injured the whole time. Because he don't lose. And he's not injured. He just scores and eats you alive, passes you to death. Like his lobs and his no-looks and his finding the right guy to shoot is absolutely ridiculous.
Certainly is, and he will get a start on that tonight in Boston against the Celtics. It's been 6.5 really all week. There has not been much change in terms of the point spread. There has been a change today, though, in terms of the total. It's been 214.5 pretty much all week. And then today, it's been hammered up to 216.5 for the total.
I got it at 214.5. I like the over at that number. I'm not interested in where it's going now. I've heard everyone say, don't go near Luka and Kyrie at 6.5. Everyone's betting on it. I don't care what everybody's doing. Those guys can cover any spread. You got two of the greatest scorers in the world. They can cover anything. No lead is safe with those two guys on the floor. And let me tell you something. I think they are a way more physical, rugged team than the Boston Celtics, who I believe are a skilled, finesse, shooting extraordinarily well type of basketball team. They shoot the ball well. A lot of guys, even Hauser, he had the second most threes on the team. Pritchard can knock it down. They all can shoot. They're all a bunch of shooters. And this other team's bangers. And then two guys that are unstoppable. P.J. Washington, Gafford, Lively, all of them are physical. And the only guy that just stands there and shoots on that team is Kleber, right? And then Hardaway barely plays anymore. This is all about Luka, Kyrie, and then bangers. And Gafford's block shots and is a banger. And that candy-ass Porzingis ain't going to do anything against those bangers. He's going to shoot from 30 because that's all he can do. He's afraid to go inside because he knows he's a candy-ass. No one is afraid of that toothpick. Trust me, this is the NBA. They're not afraid of Chet Holmgren either. And Wembanyama, they all think that they're all too skinny. We're not afraid of them. You'll see Porzingis stands out 30 feet the whole game.
Stands out there, and the Zinger will be back tonight, of course, for game number 1.
So what?
The Mavericks
so what?
have been underdogs a lot in these playoffs so far. In fact, 7 times. They're 6-1 ATS in the playoffs as underdogs. So like you said, I ain't as scared, Scotty, with this 6.5 tonight. They've gotten it done plenty in this spot.
I'll tell you another thing. Like, I don't deny. I've always liked Porzingis. He can knock it down. There's no denying it. Let's see him knock it down in a game 1 of an NBA Finals when he hasn't played in a month. Let's see him go out there because everyone thinks he's the difference. I've heard this over and over for a week that now they got this guy back and that he's going to put him over the top. My effing ass. It's about Tatum and Brown, this team, and White has more juice. Honestly. Even Al Horford has more juice. He bangs, he defends, he knocks down threes. Hauser, Pritchard, they all do more than this guy who never plays, whose body is built like, what is it, the Jenga. He's like the Jenga. He tips over and falls, and the game's over. My man can't stay healthy. I give him about 2 games before he's whining again about his body. I give him 4 years, he's out of the league. He's a candy ass. That's it. Everyone knows it.
People seem to think that he's going to show up tonight and make something happen. The most bet player props tonight, 2 of them are Porzingis. You have Lively over 1.5 assists, Gafford under 1.5 blocks, Porzingis over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists, Kyrie over 31.5 points, rebounds, assists, and Porzingis over 1.5 threes. The most bet player props for tonight.
So over 23.5 points for Porzingis, I'll go under. And then over 1.5 threes, is that what you said? Well, he can hit 2 threes. He can hit 2 threes. But I don't see him doing much more than a few. Like, I don't see him having some big 30-point night. Now, I was looking at props, Carver High, for this game tonight, and here's one that I saw that caught my eye. Moneyline Celtics to win. Tatum 30+. Tatum 8+ dimes. White 6+ dimes. And Holiday 4+ dimes. That makes sense to me. I saw this other one. that I don't like. White 20 plus, Porzingis 15 plus, Holiday 10 plus, Tatum 12 plus rebounds, and Brown 3-point field goals over 1.5. My problem there is, frankly, I'll believe it when I see it, that this guy's going to come out and drop 30 tonight, like everyone thinks he's going to. Or is he going to have 12 or 14? The numbers, a lot of props I see around houses are, at 15 points, right? Like, let's calm down on the guy with the bad wheels and that never plays, okay? Honestly, like, I'd be more worried about Al Horford. They always leave him wide open. The guy knocks down threes like ad nauseum. But everyone acting like Porzingis is the reason that the Celtics are going to win the NBA championship, I think are tripping. Like, and I love the guy. I've always loved him. We call him the Zinger. I've always loved him. I do not believe he can carry any team to an NBA championship. He didn't in Dallas. He didn't in Washington. He didn't in New York. And I think he's just part of it. I think he makes them better. But that's all I'll give you. I think he makes them a better team, a more dangerous team. He's just another guy. He's 7 foot whatever and can shoot threes from deep. I'll give you that. If he's on, if he's off, he does nothing. If he's off, he does nothing. You've seen it. He played here in New York. When he's off, he does nothing.
Nothing. Look, he is a help. It's going to, if he's healthy, they absolutely are going to be better with him out there. But it's still, the train still gets driven through Tatum
healthy.
And Brown.
I give you this on his health. I'll give him. He's tenuous at best.
Exactly. I wouldn't go at the 100% marker. That's for sure. We know that the Celtics are favored for the series. If you want the Mavs, it's plus 180 now for them, minus 225 there. The Finals MVP, Tatum and Luka, are the favorites at the top. You get yourself Brown and Kyrie at that next level. Man, that Kyrie number, Scotty, is down to 14. It was 26 last week. So there's been heavy action, it seems like, on Kyrie Irving to win that NBA Finals MVP.
Yeah, listen, I think they want to, the league, and I think their business and their partners and their TV and everyone involved, I think they want it to be obviously Tatum or Doncic and no one else. All the other parties don't matter to them. That's what they prefer. I think that's why Tatum and Doncic. For me, the reason Tatum's on top is because they're favored to win it all. And they have been since the jump. But the reality is, in my opinion, unequivocally, Luka's better. He's a better player. And I think we've seen this guy, Tatum, melt down in the finals. Melt down. In Game 6, when they lost to the Warriors, he had 13 points. Mm-hmm. That is an atrocious night for a guy that scores 35 points, okay? So when you score 30, 35 a night and all your props are 30 plus, and you come out and put a 13 burger up, I mean, you might as well have stayed home with the flu. So people are saying if he does this again in the finals and doesn't come through, people are going to start bashing him. Meanwhile, I've heard if he wins, he's getting his jersey retired in Boston and a banner lifted up to the rafters. Like, well, which is it? I mean, which is it? Make up your mind. Is he a closer? Well, we haven't seen that yet. So now we're waiting to see if he's going to close this time. And if he closes, they're going to give him the MVP. If he doesn't close, he's going to get heat like you. You're going to have a long, hot summer, as they like to call it, a long, hot summer. I mean, he might as well go somewhere far away and go hide with his son because they will abuse him till no end if they don't win this chip. Because everyone in Boston, everyone, trust me, I know. You and I were on there forever together, all of us, me, you, and Mavi. They think they're winning every championship. And if they don't, they blame someone. They're going to blame him. Not Mazzulla. They're going to blame Tatum.
Scott Foster and Tony Brothers are among the officials.
Oh, God.
Who will be part of the NBA Finals. So get ready to see them out there at different parts during this series, Scotty.
Well, they won't put up with Luka Doncic's bull shack. I know that. Brothers and Foster aren't going to put up with it. They'll tee him up.